What is up, winning team? I am here to cancel myself. I am cancelled. If you've been here for some time, you know that periodically I cancel myself. And the reason for that is, I don't know, we live in a world where, you know, I've been talking a lot about humility and pride, and I've been thinking about it a lot. Because one thing I struggle with the Lord is like being able to have self-confidence without it turning into pride. And I still, in all honesty, haven't really figured that out yet. So one of the things that I feel like I do to like humble myself before the people is cancel myself, to remind you guys that, like, despite the fact that, yes, this channel is called The Winning Team, which is obnoxious as it goes anyway, although it's not a winning because of me, it's winning because of the Lord, of course. I know it can be like a little bit obnoxious anyway. And then obviously a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about recently could also come across as really obnoxious. And, it's just that thing that I'm still figuring out. And in a way, as I've said to you guys before, I kind of don't really want to overcome it because I really, really don't want to fall into pride. Like, I cannot express to you guys how much I don't want to fall into pride every day that I wake up and I'm a member of the adult population and I just see how people conduct themselves. I'm horrified by the adult population and the lack of humility. And I'm aware that the older you get, the harder it is to then humble yourself. So I'm thinking, yes, I'm only 28 today, but I'm going to be 29, then I'm going to be 30, and then I'm going to be, and I'm going to be, and I'm going to be. And how am I going to make sure that as I get older, I don't become like enslaved to pride? Because it really is enslavement. And it's sad for me to see, like, especially when it comes to the body of Christ as a whole, because it's like, it literally is the thing that blocks everything. Because in order for you to have a relationship with God, you have to be able to humble yourself enough in order to acknowledge you need him and in order to be able to receive the help. And also sometimes, like, especially like doing like what I'm doing on YouTube, I'm going to have to share about things I don't want to share about because that's part of the journey. I don't just get to like only talk about, oh, this was amazing and this was perfect and I killed it with this, like, because that would be disingenuous. And it's something that I never liked, like in church, was how, people would always talk about their testimonies, but it would always be like something from like 10 years ago. So they get to just make the excuse as if like, oh, they were young, like when they used to be a sinner, when they used to this. And it's like, you're still a human today. Like, you're still a human today. And yes, you've probably like learned from the mistakes of yesteryear. And yes, of course, there's certain things that we should see progress. You know what I mean? But it just always got to a point where I felt like people would only ever share what's happening and everything, like once the dust has settled and it was like all the way in the past. So that was something I decided for myself that I'm not doing. I'll come out here, I'll upload videos, take them down, I'll say dumb things and have to apologize, because I was thinking about that. I was like, do I need to apologize for my attitude? And maybe I should. So I'll apologize to you guys for my attitude, like genuinely, because I don't want, it's really hard. It's something I'm really trying to figure out. And it's really difficult how I can say the things that need to be said, the way they need to be said, but not compromise on how I feel like things need to be said, but also be wise to not be too harsh. Because my other thing is, I don't think this weak Christianity and I don't think this weak coddling of adults is helping anything. That's why the whole world is in tatters right now. That's why everything is just downhill. People's lives are like, we've never been worse slaves. I've never felt more like an Israelite in Egypt than right now, because I'm looking around, everybody's so dependent on all the systems of the world. The adults like just about seem to, to manage in life. I don't like it. I really don't. And like I've said as well, the standard of love is in the bin, because again, love, real intimacy requires honesty. Honesty is like the backbone of so many important things. Hence me getting this tattoo right here. Little children, 1 John 3:18, little children, let us love not just in word, but in deed and in truth. That's why that's my favorite Bible verse, because you can't love without it coming from an honest place. And if you're unable to bring it out from an honest place, then you might need to humble yourself as to what is the blockage. Because again, we are called to truth as believers. We are supposed to be truth tellers. So like I said to you guys, I don't want to get caught up and comfortable putting on some kind of facade of like looking like I'm loving and looking like I care about people and looking like all of this, when I know deep down on the inside I'm just doing it for the sake of, I don't know, acknowledgement, or it's like this whole, it's funny now how people talk about Mr. Beast all of a sudden, and how what he's doing is a bit off, and what is he really doing it for? I mean, he's gonna do like a real life Hunger Games now, and it's funny because I told you guys that this is sick. This guy is not okay and up here, and he's enjoying playing with humans like toys. But because we as humans again are so trusting, because we lack humility in our pride, we just trust in what we can see, what's on the outside. And so now everyone's waking up. But a couple of years back, when some of us had a few things to say and was like, I don't like where this is headed, I don't like where this is going. Oh, of course you're just hating. How can you hate on a man that's doing something good? I was thinking, but where is this coming from? Like, what is the root of what you're doing? The same way I used to think that in church, when people will go, and I mean, this will never not be annoying, go to places, and again, why is it always people in the West have to go somewhere else to go and feel good about themselves? Help your own. You've got homeless people and people going through stuff right at your doorstep. So why are you going all the way to another country? Well, that's why, isn't it? Because you want to feel better about yourself. Like I'm saying, it's like these things are not coming from a pure place. So I have to try really hard, and I guess also because I'm on my period, so that's all I'm doing is just having my emotions heightened. Is I'm thinking I need to keep myself in check, like, so that I don't fall into pride, and the things that I do them with the right intentions, because I don't want to ever look, I'm a woman, I can go and play the game of just being the nice, loving, wholesome, yada yada yada, oh my gosh, I love the kids. I've thought about this as a teacher, that if I really wanted to like have the validation of the jury of the sheeple, I should just become this wholesome teacher and wear a nice little sundress and sandals, and we talk about how much I love the kids, and it's just such a blessing to do my job, and it is a blessing, and the kids are. The adults, however, are absolutely horror, and it's taken me a long time to get to the point of saying a lot of these things, but then I'm like, I have to be honest. This is the thing, and this is what's insane about all of it, is I have to be honest. It's just that I'm still a fallible human. I'm still problematic. I still make mistakes. I still have to check myself, consistently. So yeah, I came on here to cancel myself. I'm not anybody to like, I'm just a gal who happens to love the Lord and happens to have a good relationship with him, albeit because I haven't been feeling well. We haven't been talking as much as we usually do, which I can actually feel it now on a spiritual level. But yeah, I came on here just to cancel myself. I'm cancelled. I'm not trying to be out here trying to be anything to look up to, any type of role model, any type of like hope of something. I'm just here sharing whatever it is that I have to share, and just living honestly and authentically. And that's what the Lord said to me. He says, all you can be is honest, and all you can tell is the truth. All you can be, is authentic, and all you can tell is the truth. So I'm just working on being as close to what I feel like is my authentic self, like in the DNA makeup of my soul, and telling the truth. That's why I say the things I say in my videos, because like I could pretend I don't think a lot of the things I think. I could just be fake like others. This is also why you guys know I have a serious issue with having conversations with literally anyone, like in general, especially in the adult population, because the society has made it so we have all these rules of things you do and don't talk about, and this you do and don't do. Just like, in this country, we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about religion, whatever. But look how it turns out. Look what happens when we don't. Yeah, look at the state of the country now. Now everyone wants to take back the country. It's like, had we had an extra bollock or two, in the past, had we, had a bit more backbone, that's why I'm kind of like, rather than where we're at now, because I hate this whole thing, this whole passive aggressive nature of people, where like you have things inside that you're not saying, and then one day you kind of just blow up, because I kind of feel like that's what's happened here. Like now all of a sudden everyone wants to blow up and wants to take back their country. And it's like, but all the other times, and again, that's why I'm trying to push myself to be honest still, because there's so many times I've tried to be the one to even speak up on behalf of everybody, and I've been treated as if like I'm trying to be divisive, when my intentions are actually to avoid us getting to here where we're at now. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying when it goes back to intention. Why I love the relationship I have with the Lord is I feel like he's the one who knows all of our true intent. So I don't have to, it's not hard for me to talk with the Lord or be honest, because he knows why I'm doing what I'm doing, albeit I still make mistakes. I'm going to have bad takes. I'm still going to come across poorly and this, that, and the other. And for that, I also want to just say absolutely thank you to you guys. Like today, I went to check my subscribers for the first time in like a couple of days, and I couldn't believe I was still at 800 subscribers. I'm like, I've really been saying stuff. I've really been saying wild stuff, right? And calling everybody dinguses and dingbats, and you guys are still here. So I feel like somehow, even though I'm giving myself a bit of a hard time, I guess, right now, I feel like somehow the message is coming through, what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, I just want the best for everyone. That's the truth, you guys. And sometimes I get a bit excited. And I do get a bit excited. Thank God a few video ideas that I had did not come to fruition, because that would have been horror. But I have to say, it is really tough, because there's no blueprint for everything that I'm trying to do. Like, there's nobody that I can look at and go, oh, this person is like the closest you can get is like a Marcus Rod. Actually, I'm telling a lie. There is very much people that have inspired me, at least two of them, in terms of like what kind of how I want to come across and how freely I want to share the truth, because I just feel that at this stage we're past the point of not calling everything out for what it is. It's just that I'm struggling sometimes to know how to deliver the messages, what to even be doing. So that's where we're at with that. So I just wanted to cancel myself and say, I'm sorry if I offended any of you guys of the winning team specifically. The rest of the adult population could not care less, to be honest. But those of you, and when I say the winning team, I'm talking about the winning team who is currently here now and who's going to be here in the future. So I want you guys to know that. I'm sorry if I have offended anybody. It's not my intention, but I have been thinking the last couple of days whilst I've been going through hell, having my period, that like, maybe we switch gears just a little bit. And maybe we need to just humble ourselves again, because listen, I don't want the Lord to humble me. Oh no. And these periods, part of the reason I'm going through this, I know, is I realize that when I need a bit of a crack of the whip, all of a sudden the symptoms, they get crazy. So I was like, you know what? Lest you need to humble me anymore, Lord. If I need to humble myself, I'm cancelled. I'm going to regroup. But it is a real thing. And I am genuinely worried. I'm worried for the future. I'm worried for my generation. I really am. Because what's going to happen is, all I'm thinking about is 20 years from now, right? When I'm like 48, right? The older generation is going to be needing looking after, right? The one above me, having not really contributed much to my generation. And then my generation below me, like the kids, are just going to be in complete shambles, because it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks, like it did for me when my prefrontal lobe finished developing. What a hellscape we're actually living in, and how little we actually have. And so I just feel like my work's going to be so cut out for me, like in this whole situation, because those that came before, it's not like how people were before. I was watching this series on YouTube where this guy goes and visits mom and pop shops, and like these people who've been working like 15 hours a day for the past like 80 years. Like, okay, 80 is a stretch, but they're like 80 years old and they're working 7 days, 15 hours, no excuses. So I'm saying the current generation of adults above me isn't like that. These guys have been doing this for years. They're keeping, and a lot of them, and this is what makes me sad, because it's one of those things that's such a great thing to do as a family, like, is a lot of them, you know, they're not, their kids are not even taking over the family businesses anymore. You know what I mean? We've run off to go and work for JP Morgan Chase and all these people, these other prestigious, like, people, right? And we've abandoned, like, what could actually be a full-blown legacy. And honestly, I just don't think that the generation above has it in them to even put out what these people are, because obviously they were spoiled by being the children of those people. And you've got 18, 90-year-old, like my friend in Italy, right? Because she's of the generation I'm talking about, right? Her mum lives in California. She's in her 90s. This woman still goes to the gym if she can. In fact, they have to tell her she can't go. This woman is living life in her 90s. She's putting us to shame. You know, so that's what I'm saying about humbling ourselves. Like, let's humble ourselves today so we don't have to wake up. Like, whenever I hear old people talk about how much wisdom they have now, it's because they've just made a lot of mistakes, but it's like, now it's too late for you to change anything. That's what my other fear is. So I'm like, let me humble myself today, right? Let me humble myself today so then I don't have to be there, you know what I mean, with the Grim Reaper knocking at the door, then coming to wisdom. So that's why I study a lot to do the wisdom, and I trust the Lord, because I believe true wisdom is to follow God. And so, yeah, also, if you're new around here and you haven't seen it, I do have a whole playlist where I've done a video on each book of Proverbs. So go and check that out if you're interested. But yeah, guys, that's all I have to say. I'm cancelled. I'm going to try and, you know, adjust my demeanor a little bit. You know, I feel like I need to, even though I like to. The thing is, guys, it's just I'm just so scared. I'm truly scared of dying in the wilderness. I don't think you understand that. I can't envision myself dying, right? Walking into heaven, right? Because of course a lot of us are going to make it, even if you're a slave to the world in a lot of ways. But hey, if you still receive the Lord, in Romans 10:9, if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart is raised from the dead, then you shall be saved. So you're still going to be saved. But I just can't deal with the embarrassment of walking into heaven and then seeing Elijah and seeing David and seeing Mary and seeing Luke and all these people, right? And then they're like, so what did you do with your time on earth? I'm like, oh, I just lived as an obedient slave in Egypt. I can't envision that. Like, that can't happen. I can't do it. I can't just be like, oh, well, I just coasted along and I was in love and I did this and this. So I have no interest in a lot of this stuff, because I'm kind of like, look, we can all do up this relationships, love, dovies, malarkeys. We can all do that every day. I want to take down the kingdom of darkness. Like, I want to put my stamp on history, because if this is the one chance I'm going to get to be on earth, this is my one chance to, like, to play my part in this relay race. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play my part, albeit imperfectly and albeit with many mistakes along the way. But, you know, I'm going to do my best. And I really, truly am so appreciative for you guys for sticking around and, like, being here. I really am so grateful. Like, I could not tell you how grateful it is. It feels like having this comfort blanket in the background of my life, that, like, no matter what happens, I have the winning team and we're, like, actually working at something and we're actually, like, getting somewhere. Because for those of us who are here, we're actually getting somewhere with this progress. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just happy about that. I'm happy to have you guys. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to serve the people. I love making videos for you guys. I love taking the time out to study things and, like, summarize things for you guys' behalf. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something valuable for the kingdom. Albeit, like I said, a lot of mistakes and dumb decisions along the way. Honestly, I should not be left unsupervised. I was thinking I shouldn't even be left alone with a mobile device, to be honest with you. Anyways, if life's a game, let's play to win, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's videos, because we might be starting another book series. And yeah, also my book is out, so there's that. Anyways, if life's games, pay to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.